Hello learners and welcome to a natural sciences lesson. So today we're going to be dealing with practice questions and application questions that are based on the safety with electricity. So we need to be safe whenever we're working with electricity. So the first question on the practice question is asking us how are light bulbs connected in the lighting circuit in the houses. So think of your house and think of if all the light bulbs are connected. If you have a 5-room house, think of all the light bulbs that are connected there, and if they are all switched on, in which circuit are they connected? Is it a parallel circuit or is it a series circuit? Now remember, in a parallel circuit, that means there's more than one pathway for the current to follow. That means if one light bulb switches off, the other one can still switch on, they can still function only if they are all connected in parallel. So therefore, the answer to this question is parallel. So the light bulbs in the houses are all connected in parallel. Next question. We now need to name two advantages of this type of connection. Which type of connection are they referring to? The parallel connection. So basically, why do we then connect our houses in a parallel circuit? So we are doing that because A, if one light bulb fuses, if a filament breaks, only the one parallel branch is going to be eliminated. The rest of the lights will still be able to function. So if one of the light bulb breaks, that means all the other ones can still function because there's more than one pathway that can be taken by the current as it is moving from one point to the next point. The second advantage is if more light bulbs are switched on, the voltage across all the bulbs remain the same, which then means the brightness of the bulb does not change, and as the lights are switched on and off. So that means now if we have four bulbs that are connected in different rooms, when one of them is switched off, or rather if one of them breaks, each of those light bulbs is still going to have the same brightness because the voltage across each of those light bulbs will remain the same. And because of that, there won't be any difference in terms of the brightness. It's not going to happen that one room is going to be brighter than the other. They will all going to have the same brightness. Right, moving on to the next question. We now need to explain the danger of connecting too many electrical appliances to a multiplug at a single power point. Right. If many electrical appliances are connected to a multiplug at a single power point, or if various light bulbs in parallel network are switched on, the total resistance lowers significantly, and therefore the total current strength may increase dangerously. So the more we are connecting electrical appliances to a single power point, or to a single power point, we are actually increasing the number of resistors within that parallel circuit. Remember, when we're increasing the resistors in parallel, we are decreasing the total resistance of the circuit. And by so doing, the current strength is going to increase. And it's going to increase to a point where it becomes dangerous. Right, moving on to the next question. What safety mechanism is generally used in houses' main circuit to safeguard people using electricity? It functions by interrupting current in case of an overload or a short circuit. Now, remember, this particular earth leakage circuit breaker, its function, it interrupts the current in case of an overload or a short circuit. So what safety mechanism do we use? We are using the earth leakage circuit breakers. So all of these, or the earth leakage circuit breakers, is used to interrupt the current in case of an overload or a short circuit. Next question. Many appliances have a 3-pin plug as a safety precaution for the connection to the main circuit. We now need to name the 3 wires connected to a 3-pin plug. So remember, each 3-pin plug has 3 wires that are connected to them. So what are those wires? We have an earth wire, we also have a neutral wire, and we also have a live wire. Remember that each of these wires are different in terms of their color coding. One is brown, the other one is green, and the other one can either be green or yellow, and the other one is blue. So we need to know each of these wires in terms of their color coding and also their names in terms of what they are doing. So now the next question is asking us about the functions of these wires that we have just mentioned. So the first question says, explain the function of an earth wire. So we're going to explain the function of an earth wire and another wire as well. However, to begin with an earth wire, that is now connected to a metal casing of the appliance, for example, a kettle. And it is connected to an earth cable in the ground via the wall plug. So therefore, this is basically to connect the appliance with the main circuit. So the earth wire is connected to the metal casing for the appliance. For an example, we can either use a kettle or use any appliance. So it's basically the connection between the appliance and the main circuit of the house. And the next question now, or rather the next wire that we are going to need to explain a function of. Remember, we must explain the function of an earth wire and now an earth cable. So an earth cable, it is used to safely discharge the charge to the ground. So we are using the earth cable to safely discharge the charge that we can have on these wires to the ground. So those are the two functions of these wires that we can have. Remember, the neutral wire, it is neutral. It doesn't carry any charge. Now, before moving on to the next part of the questions, being the application questions, we're just going to quickly go for a short break, and I will see you just after this.